Hey, leader, welcome back to the 12 Days of Christmas Leadership series focusing on breaking up with self sabotage here on the Who Are You to Lead Anyway podcast. On the 10th day of Christmas, my future self gave to me the courage to break up with the victim piece within me. Yes, that's right. Today, we are talking about shedding the victim mentality that may be holding you back from fully embracing your leadership role. Now, breaking up with the victim piece of ourselves is not always easy. It's that voice inside of our heads that says, why me? Or this always happens to me. And as leaders, it's crucial to let go of that mindset to truly step into your power. So, how do you do it? How do you break up with the victim piece of yourself? Well, there are three steps that I want to offer to guide you through the process. The very first one is acknowledge your inner victim. Take a moment to reflect on the situations where you felt victimized. It could be personal or professional, but recognizing the patterns and situations that trigger that victim mindset. Now, in my experience, this saboteur comes from not feeling seen, heard, acknowledged, or accepted, and can leave us feeling as though there's something wrong with us, that nobody understands us, or that all of these terrible things happen to us, and we're secretly wishing for another life. So the second step is to take ownership. So instead of playing the blame game, which doesn't work, take ownership of your circumstances. Acknowledge that while you may not control everything that happens to you, you do control how you respond. Empower yourself by focusing on what you can influence. Now, I'm pretty sure I have never shared this on the podcast, but there was a long time within my life where I know the victim saboteur was running the show. I was so fortunate to be able to have learned about cognitive behavioral therapy, which is about changing your thinking patterns. I didn't know anything about saboteurs or self sabotage at the time, and surely not in the way that I understand it now. But I did see how distorted my thinking was. And through a lot of time and a lot of practice, I was able to change how I viewed the world. So this brings me to step number three, cultivating a growth mindset. So shifting your perspective from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset, from everything is happening to me to everything is happening for me. Embracing challenges as opportunities for learning and growth. Leaders thrive when they view setbacks as stepping stones to success. So this really makes a difference. So here's what I can guarantee you of. You are not your feelings. You're so much more than your feelings. And when you keep telling yourself no one cares, the cost to that thinking is that you push people away from you, even sometimes those people that you love. They feel frustrated. They feel unsure of what to do. They don't know how to help. And they also feel guilty that they can't do anything to help you. And of course, what's in the way is the way. The helping hand that you need is at the end of your own arm, just as it was at the end of my own arm. Now, I can guarantee you it takes courage to walk outside of your victim story. And I can promise you that when you do this work, there is so much more available to you. All of the dreams you imagine, if someone were to whisk you away, are available without the whisking away. The skies are brighter, the days are filled with possibility, and the world is filled with more color. Hard things will happen. That's a given. How you respond is not a given. You can choose to think life is happening to me and it feels terrible, or you can choose to think life is happening for me, which feels like an adventure instead. So, as you go through these steps, remember that breaking up with the victim piece is a process. It might not happen overnight, and that's okay. The important thing is to be aware of when the victim mentality creeps in and actively work to reframe your thoughts and the story that you've been telling yourself. Make sure that one of the stories you're telling yourself is more helpful than what you have been telling yourself. There's never a better time to write a new story than the start of a new year, the start of a new week, the start of a new day, and you already have the pen. So this is a wrap for our 10th day of Christmas Leadership Challenge, breaking up with the victim within. You are not defined by your circumstances. You are defined by how you rise above them. So join me tomorrow for the 11th day of Christmas, where we will tackle how to celebrate imperfections. Until then, lead with intention, purpose, and the belief that you are indeed meant to lead. See you tomorrow.